Welcome in, along with Zac Robinson. I'm Cole Brown, talking about some year 3 quarterbacks from the 2016 draft class. Dak Prescott, Carson Wentz, and Jared Goff. 2.5 years into their careers, how they stack up against each other and among the elites in the NFL.
Yeah, it's interesting to just look at their year-by-year grades compared to each other. And you look at 2016, obviously Dak Prescott came into a great situation. And the order of their grades went Dak, Wentz, and then Goff. Goff was in a really tough situation there with the coaching staff and the players around him. 2017, you turn it around, and it goes Wentz, Goff, Dak. Carson Wentz obviously was playing like a top 5 quarterback in the NFL. Goff was coming along with Sean McVeigh. Dak took a step back. And then now in 2018, we've got Jared Goff, Carson Wentz, and then Dak kind of settled into where they were drafted. But it's been really interesting to just see how the narrative has changed so much since their first seasons, where everybody was talking about Dak so much. Could Jared Goff last in the NFL? Now we're sitting here in 2018. We've kind of been able to see a great sample size of these guys and exactly who they are.
No, I completely agree. But taking a closer look now at these quarterbacks, we'll start with Jared Goff, former first-round pick to the Los Angeles Rams. Year 1 was obviously not that great for him. But then when Sean McVeigh got implemented into the system, became the head coach, he really took off. Why do you think that was?
Yeah, that's definitely been the story the last 2 seasons. Sean McVeigh comes in, runs a very good scheme, but a lot of that is because of what Jared Goff can do. They do a ton of different things. He's able to progress through reads really well. And then we've just seen his arm develop so much over the past few years that you look back at the Saints game last week against the Saints, he's making tight window throws to the boundary, down the field, over and over. Right now he's tied for the most big-time throws in the NFL. And that's been on display really all season, especially off of play action, where 46% of his yards have come off of play action. Last 2 seasons, over 40% off of play action. So they love the play action passing game with Sean McVeigh. He is very good at just delivering accurately down the field.
I know you've really talked about it, but do you think Jared Goff is a product of the system, or do you think he makes that system better?
Yeah, it's definitely a combination of both. You know, we know Sean McVeigh knows how to dial this thing up and the tempos that they play at, but like I was saying, a lot of it is because of what Jared Goff can do and what they like to do in that offense. So it's definitely going to be a combination of both, but Jared Goff's just his arm developing and the tight window throws that he's making, you can't sit here and say that it's just a scheme.
Moving along to the next quarterback, former number 2 overall pick to the Philadelphia Eagles, Carson Wentz. Year 1, he hung in there. He had a pretty good rookie year. Then year 2, he took off, top 5 quarterback in PFF grades. He really took off, but then he got hurt. Coming back year 3, he's been playing pretty well, but he's obviously definitely still dealing with that injury a little bit.
Yeah, definitely. I think, last year played incredible. Tight window throws over and over. He was the most accurate quarterback in the NFL on tight window throws. They see a ton of man-to-man. Over and over, he was delivering, played really well. And then you look at this season, he's still playing at a high level. I think he's just going to keep getting better. He's going to get a little bit more comfortable. We saw last week or 2 weeks ago against the Jags, kind of that Carson Wentz we're used to seeing from when he was playing really well in 2017 coming about. So I think the next half of this season is going to be really good, and he's going to just keep getting. He keeps getting better just with his feel in the pocket, extending plays, just finding that balance when to check it down and not take too many shots down the field late in the play.
Yeah, he's definitely starting to look like that Carson Wentz from a year ago. Moving on to the 3rd quarterback, Dak Prescott, taken in the 4th round by the Dallas Cowboys. Year 1, he started off hot, probably harder than both these quarterbacks, honestly. Took the job from Tony Romo when he came back from injury. But then since then, it's kind of been downhill. Even last night wasn't the best. What's going on with him in that offense?
Yeah, it's been tough. He had everything perfect around him with the offensive line, Zeke Elliott, playmakers outside. He made it look too easy that first year, and now we've kind of seen him drop down to about what he was and where he got drafted in the 4th round. He still is better than that. But this Cowboys offense just not clicking. He's struggling. He holds onto the ball too long sometimes, and just can't find any rhythm to his game, and just not mixing and matching very well. So he's definitely come down the furthest from year 1 to year 3 now, but he's still a good football player. I think they do need to get some better schemes and more creative around him to help him out, because he's definitely a top half quarterback in the NFL, just not quite what we saw that first season.
Yeah, I hope him and that offense can turn it around. I'm excited to watch these 3 quarterbacks grow in the future. Well, there you have it, discussing our top 3 quarterbacks from the 2016 NFL Draft: Dak Prescott, Carson Wentz, and Jared Goff.